What's good people? So, in a recent sit-down interview conversation between Henry Cejudo and Khabib stated that he would prefer, or he would like for Islam to not fight Belal Muhammad because Khabib is a brother to Belal Muhammad, or he's endeared to Belal Muhammad. He has a soft spot for Belal Muhammad. I mean, Khabib did help Belal get his first knockout in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken, when he coached, or he was in the corner of Belal Muhammad in UFC Abu Dhabi when Belal knocked out Sean Brady. So obviously Khabib is quite fond of Belal. Belal comes, he trains with the Dagestani brothers. Also, Belal is from Palestine. You know, Khabib is extremely massive and huge in the Muslim world, and Khabib is very much for the plight of Palestine, and Belal is from Palestine. So obviously Khabib has a soft spot for Belal Muhammad. But however, he did say if Islam decides to fight Belal Muhammad, then it's all up to Islam, and Khabib would have to be in the corner for Islam Makhachev because Islam is his brother. Islam was part of father's plan. Islam was there in the trenches with Khabib. So obviously if Islam says, hey Khabib, I know you kind of soft on Belal Muhammad, I know you really like Belal Muhammad, I appreciate that, I respect that, but listen, Belal's probably going to be a long reigning champ, especially if Belal goes out and beats Shafkat. Belal might be a long reigning champ, and Islam will be like, I want to do something you never did. I want to be the double champ. I've given a chance to Alex Volkanovski to be a double champ. Surely you should understand that I too want to be a double champ. And as much as I respect Belal Muhammad, it's just business. I just want to prove that I am better than him. I just want to prove that I can be a double champion, that I am a dominant force in the UFC. And to be fair, Islam has all rights to want to be double champ, especially when you consider that he's this close, so close to surpassing the record for defenses in the lightweight division. Islam already has the third most reign as a pound for pound number one. He's behind Demetrius Johnson and John Jones. At this very moment, Islam is building one of the best resumes that a Dagestani fighter has had in the UFC. So going for that second title in the welterweight division would only cement his legacy. Listen, he has had that one loss, that knockout, it's a blemish. If he goes out and has one of the greatest careers we have seen from a Dagestani fighter in the UFC, he is so close to surpassing Khabib already, but obviously he will never say that he is better than Khabib. A lot of fans are feeling that Islam might be the better fighter than Khabib. Obviously it's recency bias because we forget how dominant Khabib was. Well, a lot of people just never watched Khabib in his prime. Khabib was the kind of dude, if he took you down, you see that Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev, the first fight, if Khabib took down Volkanovski, it was done. There's no way that Volk gets on top of Khabib and gets a couple of ground and pounds in the last round. Khabib would have destroyed Volkanovski. Khabib was a dominant wrestler. He was a dominant ground and pound enforcer, while Islam is more technical and he's much better than Khabib on the feet. You know, Khabib does not land that head kick to Volkanovski, but he does do damage in the ground and pound. But that's besides the point. I find it very interesting that Khabib was extremely hesitant in wanting his brother to fight Belal Muhammad, but he also would support Islam if it was Islam's decision. I also don't know how close Belal and Islam are. Maybe Islam does not regard Belal so fondly as Khabib does, or maybe Islam hopes Shafkat wins and then he goes up, or maybe it's another thing of Shafkat is a Muslim brother and we cannot fight him. Listen, at the end of the day, business is business, and you just want to prove that you're the best. I'm pretty sure that when they were in Dagestan, in the regional scenes, Khabib and Islam were fighting their Dagestani brothers, their Dagestani Muslim brothers, and they understood at that point it was for the sake of proving that I am better than you, that I am the man or the dude to go to the UFC and become a world champion. I am the most dominant fighter in Dagestan. So ultimately, it'll be interesting to see Islam versus Belal Muhammad should that fight happen, and let me know who you think would win that fight. Would it be Islam or would it be Belal Muhammad?